Hi guys, here we are on the second day, and it's just another insight into the second myth within pitching. So what we've got here is just another 20 to 30 yard bunker, 20 to 30 yard chip shot. Sorry, it's slightly early in the morning, so I thought I'd do a quick video on the 3 myths of the golf swing. It'll be spread out over 3 days. The first one I talked about was hitting down to create that spin. The second one I'm going to talk about is we need to move the ball back in our stance, move our hands forward and hit down as steeply as possible. But that is probably, I feel like that was the way I was taught to pitch when I was a lot younger, and I felt it was so inconsistent. The leading edge was digging into the ground, I wasn't getting any spin at all, just in the loft, and the distance control was very poor. But anyway, over the last few years I've maintained sort of a different technique to my golf game, and I feel like it's improved a lot. But I'm going to talk about two faults related to this technique. So people who get the ball position too far back, what they do is it makes their spine tilt away from the golf ball, so the lower body and their upper bodies almost tilt too much to the right, and from here their eyes are slightly behind the ball, and from there the club's going to bottom out. It'll either hit the ground before the ball or it'll hit the top of the golf ball, so you'll get that chunk shot or the thin shot. So that creates inconsistency because we're not actually compressing the golf ball. The club head is almost bypassing our hands. So what we need to get into a habit of doing is trying to neutralise that. Anyway, that's fault one. Fault two is when people have too much weight on the left side, they almost have too much spine tilt towards the target, so too much anterior tilt. And from here what they do is they'll hit the ground quite a lot, they'll steepen the angle of attack, and they've got a history of hitting the ground from that. So they get from this angle, they hit the ground, doesn't spin much. So what we need to get into a habit, so people who do that, there's a good chance, so what they'll do is they'll move the ball position back, but what you can still thin it from there because they're not used to having the ball so far back. So what they do is they've got a history of hitting the ground, so they feel like they're going to hit the ground a little bit earlier than normal. So what they do is they lift out the shot and they pull up, and then that's where they get that history of hitting. So they come up here and then they just chunk it, hit the ground. So you can still chunk it from moving the ball position slightly further back with your weight forward, because you're lifting up out your posture, your dynamic posture, whatever you want to call it. So we're not actually trusting the mechanics of the swing. So a lot of golfers put the ball back, they lift out the shot, they pull away from the shot, they don't commit to it fully. So they go like this and then they pull out and then they get that scoopy action. So what we need to do is we need to try and, instead of having the ball position back and our hands forward, that causes a lot of damage throughout your game. The ball flight's going to be a lot lower. You might even hit it left all the time. There's no such thing with curvature with your shorter irons, so your wedges and your sort of 8-9 iron, because we've reduced the actual spin axis, so we're not going to actually get curvature. It'll be more of a pull or a hook, so you're almost de-lofting it. So what we need to do is get the ball in the middle of our stance, get our hands level, so we're not drastically putting on our head like this, we're just putting our hands level. That'll feel like your hands are behind the ball. So we need to feel like that the club head is almost leading into impact with our hands slightly behind, or you can do it both at the same time. And from here we want to just ball the middle of our stance and just turn back and through. So we need to shallow out this angle of attack by using the bounce. We don't want the leading edge digging in, so we don't want the leading edge digging into the ground. So hands level, ball in the middle of our stance and just use the bounce. Just turn back and through. Spun a wee bit there, the greens are quite hard here now. So that's not myth number 2. If you've got any thoughts on the video, let me know. Part 1 will be being put out this week, so if you've got any thoughts, let me know. There's another myth related to the pitching, hands forward, ball back, try to get the ball up in the air by hitting down on it. So thank you for listening, and thank you.